on my feet, blue sky in my eyes. Let the melodies roll, let the good vibes rise. See them talking in circles, always chasing the night. They spark up the fire just to feel alright. Caught in the chaos, it's like they can't let go. But I'm dancing in daylight, I don't need that show. Let them whisper, let them shout, I just laugh and turn around. I've got sunshine on my mind, nothing's gonna steal my shine. Negative people need drama like oxygen, but I won't let it pull me in. What a shame some haven't moved on. Oh well, never mind, I'm gone with the dawn. Staying positive like I always do, and it takes their breath away, it's true. Caught up in the rumors, they feel alive, painting stories in the air, never satisfied. But I'm floating above where the air is clear. Let them chase the thunder, I'll just stay right here. Let them spin the fairy tales, I'm chasing dream-filled trails. Their shadows can't reach me now, see me smiling anyhow. Negative people need drama like oxygen, but I won't let it pull me in. What a shame some haven't moved on. Oh well, never mind, I'm gone with the dawn. Staying positive like I always do, and it takes their breath away, it's true. Breathe in joy, breathe out the gray, dancing through my brighter days. While they wait for storms to start, I've already found my spot. Negative people need drama like oxygen, but I won't let it pull me in. What a shame some haven't moved on. Oh well, never mind, I'm gone with the dawn. Staying positive like I always do, and it takes their breath away, it's true. Let the music carry me on, leave the drama till it's all gone. Moving forward in my own way, their need for noise fades away. I'll stay positive all my days.
Go! What's your sole purpose in this army?
To do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant.
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius. That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard. You must have a goddamn IQ of 160. You are goddamn gifted, Private Gump.
How's everyone? Hope everyone's well. Just went on, see if anyone wants to chat. If they don't want to chat, that's fine. Hey, I'm just hanging around. Are you hanging around too? Hey, because if you are hanging around, why don't you hang around with me? Hey, we can like hang around together and kind of like do what you do when you hang around, yeah? So, hey, do you want to chat? Do you want to hang around? Don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. I won't bite unless you want me to. And I do like biting buttocks. Last night, I bit a woman's buttock, and she wasn't particularly pleased about it. She said, "You don't have to leave your teeth marks." So I took my fangs out. And anyway, let's move on. I just watched The Rip on Netflix. Very good. Matt Damon and the other bloke. Good friends in real life, apparently. Quite enjoyed it. But also, I watched this really good drama on ITVX. I've forgotten what it's called, but it was really good. It's from the same lady. She's in a lot of stuff. Really good actress. She's in the bomb disposal thing, drama. Forgotten what that's called as well. I'm totally forgetting a lot of things at the moment. But I suppose that's what happens when you reach 97 like me. You know, I'm old. I'm only 3 years away from the double century. And, you know, some things go amiss, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, I lost my left testicle yesterday. I didn't know where it went. Lo and behold, I woke up and it was in the same place as it was all the time. I don't know how I lost it. Crazy. So a bit quiet out there tonight. A bit quiet. No one wants to say hi. I totally understand, because, you know, why do you want to say hi on Matt Taylor TV? I'm like the leper. Let's put it that way. That I'm like the leper of YouTube. No one wants to kind of like publicly be associated with Matt Taylor TV. Well, except Lenny, of course. But, you know, Lenny's in great demands at the moment because, you know, he's so, you know, he's just so popular, isn't he? Here's a little thing I've done today.
Subscribe to Matt Taylor TV, and you may find love too. Yeah, a lot of people have found love. Well, not so many, a lot of people, not particularly on Matt Taylor TV. But to be fair, in my life, in my 97 years alive, I have brought a lot of people together. Yeah, I'm a bit of a matchmaker myself. There was Colin and Jane. They got together because of me. Of course, you know, Freddie and Becca. Mustn't mention their names, though, because, you know, when people leave YouTube, it's not nice to keep saying their names, you know what I mean? And who else was I a bit of a matchmaker for? It can be argued, maybe. Now, I was going to say Emily and Tony, but I think they were destined to be together. You know what I mean? I don't think anything to do with me, mate. So no one's talking. That's a shame. I have to talk to myself. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just play a promotional video and wrap it up, because it's a bit embarrassing talking to myself. But I will be back Monday. I've got a clear day Monday. Looking at my calendar, I've got a trail. There's a trail on. I like taking Shelby for a walk on a trail. So I've got a trail booked for Monday. I've got nothing else on. So I'll definitely be back Monday. And, you know, we can have a chitter-chatter. Oh. Hold the horses. Lenny's here. Hello, mate. Hey, here, mate. I've got nothing interesting to say. All right, that's fair dues then, Len. I'll play a song and we'll wrap it up.
Smooth groove rolling, city lights brightening, keys shimmer, crowd start listening.
Step into the screen, let your worries drift. I'm sending out a smile with every little lift. Take a little flavor, let your spirit unwind. Pour a little laughter into your good time.
And
YouTube isn't the same as it used to be, is it, eh, Lenny? Isn't the same as it used to be. Crazy. It's a shame, really, because we had so much fun on YouTube. Oh, hey ho.
every word I say, add a little spice.
Life's so much sweeter with a little advice.
Come on, don't be shy.
Just jump right in. The water's warm and bright and let the fun begin.
Take it all with a pinch of salt, a dash of paprika too. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, bringing good vibes through. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi on this.
Well, I came across some lives by a few people. Okay, because I've been kind of like just been hitting the subscribe button. I've been subscribing to a whole load of new people. But I heard a conversation today, and it's about how exactly what we've gone through. You know, it's the same old complaints. It's the same old dramas. It's the same old kind of like conditioning. How, oh, it's such a shame. It's such a shame that people just spoil the platform. And, you know, fucking hell. It could have been so different. I assembled a Middlesex electric dragster yesterday. Wow. I'll throw up a photo on my
Lenny posts if you like to see it. Damn right I would, mate. That's amazing. You need some skills for that, Lenny, that's for sure. So, if no one has subscribed to Lenny yet, I'll share Lenny's link. Subscribe to Lenny, absolutely. And maybe in a few moments. Oh, what's this? 3 days ago. What you got? Lenny, I've just seen this. Hey, hello, Tony. I have no skills. Well, come on. You must have skills because you've assembled a Middlesex dragster. I've just seen this, Lenny. What's this about? Fucking hell. What's this about? I've missed this, Lenny. What am I trying to do? Here we go. Hello, Tony. What's this? Matt and Nigel Bates sang in a New Year in Brighton with a rendition of Deeply Dippy. Oh, you like a bit of Steven Spielberg, do you? Looking forward to it. Aliens, Emily Blunt. Oh, good. Nice one. Nice one. So, oh, what's this? Fucking hell. 2 months ago, Lenny News, Matt Taylor, TV star, returning to Albert Square. Oh, my God. Barry from EastEnders has returned to Albert Square in a new storyline. I thought he was dead. Oh, my God. You've been busy, Lenny. I can't believe I missed all this. PBC spinning lies about previous lies. Shout out to MattTaylorTV for highlighting these dishonest media creeps. Oh, fucking hell. I feel a bit embarrassed because it's taken me 2 months to see these posts. They're very funny. Lenny News. Bob roasts Matt Taylor and refuses funds for a MacBook 12. Geldof calls it self-indulgent and e-begging. Oh, God. Very funny. Very funny. What's that, Tony? What's that, Tony? The wheels are made out of CDs. Hi, Tony. Yeah, it's nice. We've got 3 of us. That's nice. I hope everyone's had a good week. I hope everyone's going to have a good weekend. You've been framed, Matt. Yes. So, Lenny, we're just waiting for the picture of the dragster. Looking forward to it. You've been framed. God. That was a great little that was a great program, wasn't it? You've been framed. No, how can they come back? Oh my God, really? Coming back as a ghost. Very good. Very good indeed. So what's new with everyone? Eh? We're into, what are we? 16 days, 2 weeks into 2026. Give me a minute and I'll upload the drag thing, definitely. Hello, 4th viewer. Welcome. Welcome. Don't be shy jumping in and say hi. The year is a bit... Tony's got a big smile on his face for this year thus far. Yes, good on you. Good on you, Tony. Tony has got a toe and a knee. He loves his toe and a knee so much, he called himself Tony. Well, obviously, no one calls themselves anything, doesn't it? We're at the mercy of our parents to give us the label. I'm quite happy with my label, Matthew. I'm very pleased with the labels I've given my children. I think Lewis is a lovely name. And Elizabeth is a bit long. I mean, to be fair, I can't actually spell it. Never have been able to. I'm only joking. But, yeah, she's grown into Lizzie. Liz or Lizzie. Yeah, I mean, names, eh? What are names all about, really? They're just labels, aren't they? I mean, there's so many of us, isn't there? We have to differentiate. We have to, like, know who's who from the great unwashed. Gwyneth Paltrow called her child Apple. Can you believe it? And then, of course, can you for an easy point, name another child named after a fruit, which is easy. I'm thinking Bob Geldof. You know, that's the clue. But to be fair, no, you don't get many children named after vegetables. For example, sprout. You know what I mean? Here we go. Let's show off Clementine. Good one, Tony. So let's show off Lenny's dragster. Let's show off Lenny's dragster. Here we go, Lenny. Here we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh. Prototype with my dragster with a flux capacitor. Yeah, so they really are made out of. Oh my God! I thought you were working on the real thing. Wonderful, Lenny. Oh, that looks very good. That looks very good. Well, I hope you enjoyed doing that. £6 in our local charity shop. Well, you know, it's good to pass the time doing something, isn't it, Lenny? Eh? Good work, mate. Good work, son. It's a model, Matt. Yes. Yeah. This dragster isn't exactly NSA stuff, but it could be. Okay. Yeah, very good, Lenny. Like it. So how many? You know, there's lots of parts there. 2 CDs, 4 wheels, bits of that, bit of that, bit of that. And this is the end product. Spectacular, Lenny. Spectacular. Well done, mate. Well done. See, there's nothing better than being creative. We all like being creative, don't we? It's a model. It's not just a model. It's a creative creation. I'm not Ed China from Wheeler Deals. We've got 8 people in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. Is it fast? I bet it is, mate. I bet it is. I bet it is. No, I was listening to the drama between, I hate to name names, a certain somebody and another certain somebody, because what I've learned is not to name names. And I started listening into the conversation, and it's just like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You know what I mean? I know exactly what you mean. You know, every YouTube community goes through it. And, you know, it's crikey, man. It's just that we've lost sight of what YouTube is all about. And there are people who just cross the boundaries. And it's such a shame. And you know, and they weaponize the facilities, if you know what I mean. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame, shame. Dazza, it's a workshop powered by 2 AAA Duracells. It's a mighty beast, Lenny, that's for sure. So I wanted to, you know, in fact, there's so much going on around the world. I'm kind of like shutting down to it, if you know what I mean. It's like such a worry, isn't it? There's so much news blasting out at the moment. It's like such a worry about what's going on in Iran. Big shout out to Justin. Hello, Justin. You know, so it's just like world events are speeding at such a speed. The world is changing before our very eyes, if you know what I mean. It's something to while away at a wet Sunday. Quite right, Lenny. Quite right. There's nothing better to do than while away a lazy Sunday. I like to watch a film to while away the hours. You know what I mean? Convard would appreciate the dragster. Yes, Lenny, I'll get it back up. So this is something Lenny has made. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. The electric dragster. Electric dragster made by Lenny. And that's the finished, my prototype of a dragster without a flux capacitor. He is funny. prototype of my drugs or my dragster. There it is in its full glory. There we go. This is what Lenny gets up to on a rainy Sunday. Yes, it's always good to have a little hobby. Lenny, you should name it Bunny. Why Bunny? Duracell Bunny, of course. That's funny. That's funny, Tony. That's funny. I'm quite proud of my bunny. Harry Tony named it. It's good, and that's that's what I always like about going live. It's that people like you and I can have an opportunity to jump in the chat and have a little of a laugh. That's all what it's about. Okay, as I've said so many times, it's just like a fancy chat room, isn't it? YouTube. It's like a fancy chat room. The Dragster came out in 2008. They're quite rare, Matt. Oh, fascinating. You've got a wealth of knowledge there, Lenny, which I like and appreciate. I respect people with a wealth of knowledge. I raise a glass to wealths of knowledge. And I get the impression that you're an individual with a wealth of knowledge, Lenny. Yes, I could sell it, flog it. And that's business. That's commerce. Buy the products, £6. Takes your time, takes your expertise to put it all together. You could sell that for double, Lenny. Sell it for £12 plus postage and packing. Mate, it's a new sideline. But remember, I'd just like to point out, if anyone does have any sidelines that earn them a bit of cash on the side, you must declare it to the government. Okay? Just think of how much more tax revenue will flow into the government coffers if all your side hustles were taxed. So for the sake of clarity, I do urge everyone with side hustles to declare their income to the Inland Revenue, because of course every little bit of tax helps in the long run. That was a party political broadcast on behalf of the Labour Party. Talking about politics, I mean, my son said to me it must have been a couple of weeks ago, maybe in a month ago, or even a couple of months ago. He said to me, listen, Reform have got a really good chance of forming the next government. And I said to my son, I said, what, are you an expert in politics? I don't think that's feasible at all. But mind you, listening to the news over the last couple of nights, I think my son may have a good point. Over to Tony, who says, wouldn't be surprised if Starmer made bookkeepers inform them every time someone won. Well, so are you telling me winnings aren't taxed? Oh, I don't know. We seem to be taxed. If I had the opportunity to form a government, I'd go along the same kind of like principles as Hong Kong or somewhere like that. There will be no income tax. No income tax. I think it's a travesty. Matt, get Christina Trevelyan on to Price Bunny, the posh antiques bird. Yeah. Let's I'll write her down and I'll look her up. There's nothing I love better than a posh antiques bird, if you know what I mean. Christina Trevelyan. Let's check her out. Christina. Hey, Christina. Oh, I saw Stepfather. Oh, you like her, do you, Lenny? Is she the posh antiques bird, is she? Let's see what we can do. Stop sharing. Go share screen. Let's check out Christina. Lenny's posh bird. Yeah, she's all right, isn't she, eh? Oh, she's married though, Lenny. She's married, mate. Yeah, nice posh bird. Right. We'll wrap it up in half an hour, I suppose. I mean, what can we do maybe to make it like the old times? I mean, I think I've got some ideas to get back into it. I think what worked for me last time was consistency, and I started getting into the it's all right, Matt, I'll get over it. We're talking about Christine being married. What worked for me last time when I was doing the 8 o'clock shows was consistency. I was doing it at the same time every day on the dot, reliably and consistently. But the reason why I stopped doing the 8 o'clock shows was, as I remember, an opportunity was offered to me which would have clashed with the 8 o'clock time slot. But that opportunity fell through at the 11th hour. So, yeah, I mean, that was the reason why. But I think that's the secret of success on YouTube. Making a pledge and sticking to it. Who is the most famous antique presenter on TV? I'll settle for Fiona Bruce. Absolutely, man. Fiona Bruce, she's a beautiful lady, isn't she, eh? All good fathers. I remember there were, I think, Fiona Bruce and a few other female presenters, quite, you know, Sophie and a few others that well known. They all went on Top Gear. All right, they all went on Top Gear, and you know they all love cars. So there was these 3 presenters, 3 women. Fiona Bruce was one of them. Sophie, somebody, and another well-known presenter. You'd recognise them. And the one thing they had in common, well, a few things they had in common. One of the first thing was a love of cars, and the second thing was a bloody good bloke as a father. And so I think it does go to show that to have a bloody good woman, you need a bloody good father to be in the mix. You know, and that's actually one of the reasons that I still feel some negativity towards you, Tony, for coming out, you know, when he first came on the scene, when we first met, what you had to say about me and my children. I still feel animosity towards you about what you had to say about that. And because, you know, you've never taken back anything you've said about me and my children. And I've been thinking about this recently, actually. In hindsight, I think it was a bloody good job I never saw you out in New Haven that day. Because in the same vein as you said, I deserve a slap, I may well have been unable to control myself, and I most probably have given you a slap as well, because it's very disrespectful to call into question someone's fatherhood, and obviously you're not a father, and so you won't realize what an insult that is. But hey, you know, I'm sure I'll get over it. Right, yeah, that's nice, isn't it, eh?
TV ride, take it easy, take it bright, let's enjoy the night. Yeah. Turn the channel, life's a show.
One more than right here.
Laugh with me, dance with me, let go of your fear. Stories to share, moments to see. You're on the screen with MattTaylorTV.
Add a little flavor, let your evening bloom. Truth with a wink when I'm in the room.
No, you know, I don't need Justin to text me. I don't know what that kind of implies, but I think at the end of the day, I'm just as human as everyone else. My emotions are just as real and raw as anyone, and it hurt. Actually, it really did hurt. You coming on the way I remember your conversations with Paddy back then. telling me I'm a narcissist. But and it reminds me of you describing yourself as a genius. And you got the cheek to fucking accuse me of being a narcissist. And that's actually something that was risen today. That there was, this conversation I just stumbled across. They were talking about how a lot of people on the internet are projecting their own flaws and faults onto other people. And it was like, yeah, I know exactly what that's all about, you know. And here we have Tony openly admitting that his own mother and father were narcissists, but claiming he isn't and I am, and then going on to describe himself as a genius. It's just like it made me laugh.
Don't be afraid, just step in the light.
Bright and shining, oh, it feels so right. Take it all with a pinch of salt, a dash of paprika too. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, bringing good vibes through. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi on this wild TV ride. Take it easy, take it bright, let's enjoy the night.
Matt, you went after Anthony Hopkins recently for releasing a book with a self-appraising title. We did okay, kid. Remember that? I mean, and like I said, you know, we've all got flaws. As I say to my son, don't put me on a pedestal, son. We've all got flaws. Well, what I found interesting about the, and thanks for bringing this up, Lenny. What I found interesting about the Anthony Hopkins interview was that he didn't want to talk about his daughter. A daughter that he abandoned when she was only a baby. And of course, I've got that same issue. I never had a father growing up. And yeah, I really missed it. I missed not having a father. But then again, I totally understand my mother's philosophy of having no father is better than having a bad father. But still, that... And I think that applied for her not taking on any men in her life who weren't good men. Because ultimately, and the dramas I've watched on TV can illustrate this. If you have a bad man in a child's life, that child is going to grow up with having had a bad example. And ultimately, having a bad example as a father rubs off on the conduct of them as an adult. So I totally get that kind of thinking. But yeah, my estimation and my opinions of Anthony Hopkins definitely I'm thinking of the snake and ladders. You know, it goes up a lot, and then all of a sudden my opinion of Anthony Hopkins hit a snake and it went sliding back down the board. And yeah, I've got no kind of respect to a man who intentionally abandons their child. I think it's only because I've been at the receiving end of that. But with hindsight, you know, perhaps that was what needed to happen. Sometimes circumstance inflicts the loss of a parent. But yeah, you're right. I did go after Anthony Hopkins. And, I found it a bit kind of weak, for want of a better word, that he couldn't talk about his daughter. And, this was so many years. This was like 50, 60 years after the event. And obviously it was an issue for himself. Perhaps, he feels so ashamed of himself, or he feels so much regret that he couldn't talk about it, even after 50 years. But, I do remember that. Yeah, remember it well.
Every city's got a story.
Every night's got a song.
When you join me on the journey,
You know you can't go wrong. Sprinkle some color, let your soul break free.
we're shining on together here on MattTaylorTV.
Oh, thank you ever so much. Matt is a wonderful father. His two children love him very much. He cares deeply for them. And I think that's all that, you know, that's an illustration. Very nice of you to say so. And I've got great nieces who love me very much and who I love as well. Does your father know you exist? Yes. Yeah, he left when I was 2 months. He left when I was 2 months old. But yeah, I'm very proud of my kids. In fact, you know, they are my cherry on the cake, so to say. They are my legacy. And I think the secret of my success with my children has been to treat them as an equal right from the start. Because the way I saw it, when my kids were like, oh, hi, welcome to the human race. We're both in the same boat, so to say. I'm just further along than you. And so ultimately, you're going to have to deal with life by yourself. I mean, I'm more than happy to help you along the way. And it's an obligation of me and a pleasure to help you along the way. But ultimately, this life is yours. And you will suffer the consequences of your own actions. And kind of like, welcome to the journey. And I think that's why I've got such a good relationship with my children, is because I've treated them as equals right from the start. I saw something today, a drama, and this bloke said to his kid, fucking do something because, I'm your dad and you got to respect me. And it's like, mate, that's rubbish. I don't do my parenting like that. In fact, it was a little game which turned into the norm of I used to say to my children, look, let's pretend you are an Egyptian emperor and I'm your slave and I must do everything you tell me when you tell me to do so. And it was funny because I used to teach my kids when they asked for something. I used to say, now come on, what's the magic word? What's the polite word? And they used to go, please. I said, don't be silly, it's now. So I used to get them to replace please with now. So it was quite funny. Lenny says, Matt, the money and fame and Oscars might mean nothing. Yes. Hopkins can't tell his 1975 self to stick around. Yeah. No, you're quite right. But I think it's important for people to acknowledge their faults. Because that's the only way you humble yourself, is to acknowledge your faults and indiscretions. Some people have decisions and people that can haunt them for life. Yeah, I know. And we're all different and we all have our own journey. And sometimes, we are our own worst enemies in the sense that we judge ourselves. And evidently, Anthony Hopkins has judged himself, and it hurts what he did all those years ago. Nobody can say they haven't ever done something deeply regrettable in life. There you go. But, would anyone be willing to publicly declare what they're deeply regrettable about? It's always been a thing for me to regret nothing. And I think there may be 1 or 2, 3 stuff that I regret not doing. One of them was in Hong Kong when a lady offered herself to me on a plate, but I had just that minute taken an acid. So I thought, well, and I was just coming up on acid, actually, just as she offered. She basically said to me, listen, I've been in Japan for the last 6 months and the only men around me were short Japanese men and they're not my type. And so as I was just realizing that she was offering herself to me, I was coming up on the acid I'd just done down me for the last 50. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I've got a few regrets, and which I'm happy to share with you. But can people say that? Shame even. Who's Shane? Shame. Sane Shame. Never heard of him. No, I like to think I haven't done anything that I'm not willing to declare, if you know what I mean. I'm not talking about eclairs as in the chocolate. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I do think a lot of people have done things that they're so ashamed of, they regret so much, they'll never say it aloud. Is the deadbeat dad label a self-stigmatizing label? Like some men shouldn't have kids because they never mature to be semi-responsible. Good point, you know. Good point. What did you see on acid? Okay, maybe it wasn't acid. Perhaps it was just an E I took. No, it may have been acid. I don't know. But I've never hallucinated. I've never had a really good acid trip, man. But I did have a good dream last night, and it was about being in the White House. Yeah. I was in the White House, and I was going on like special trips with Donald Trump and his inner team. That was it. Yeah, thanks. That's just reminded me of the dream I had last night. Yeah, I had a really good dream about being in Donald Trump's inner circle, and we were going off on little secret trips around the place, which no one knew about. And like the White House were like, "Oh fuck, Donald Trump's gone missing." But it was like, no, he's with his press secretary, he's with somebody else, and Matt Taylor, and they're out and about somewhere. Isn't that funny how that triggered that memory? Does Tony regret calling you a pedo, Matt? Yeah, we'll have to ask Tony, and that's, you know, and that still hurts, man. The way you speak to me, Tony, it's. He never apologized to you. Maybe he will tonight. Yes. I brought that up earlier on. You know, I said it was a good job I never actually saw him in New Haven that day. I may, in all probability, give him a good fucking slap. Lenny says, I'm not on a high horse. I know two men who had children. Both had massive freakouts about what the future held. The responsibility and pressure. Oh, fascinating. King Matt, the first maintaining Britain's special relationship. Good one. I won't name him, but my uncle, he was a career policeman. He made it quite high ranks in the police force, and they had children late. Okay, so I think my auntie, and it was Auntie P, for all I won't say names, but Auntie P, she was the last of the Taylor sisters. So Auntie P had children late after 50. And my uncle S, who a career policeman, who attained a very high up police rank before he retired. When my Auntie P had a baby later on in life, he just couldn't help it. He couldn't handle it even. He couldn't handle the fact that Auntie P was devoting more of her time to the baby than she was with my uncle. And my uncle had to go to therapy. He had to go to therapy sessions because he couldn't handle the fact that the baby was depriving him of the attention he did have from his wife. And, you know, again, talking about the snake and ladders, I hit that snake again. And my respect for Uncle S just like spiraled downwards pretty rapidly because, you know, I had so much respect for him. But when I learned that, I thought, what a weak man, that he couldn't handle the wife paying attention to their baby. Then he says, Matt, doesn't the mother do most of the graft in child rearing anyway? Not the case with me. When I'd done just as much as the mother. I'd done just as much. You know, in fact, I'd done more. I think I like to think. Well, it was equal at the very least. I was the one who took the kids out down the park all the time, while Karina was chanting for 3 hours a day. Didn't Tony strike your channel? Oh, he did as well. Of course he did. Tony's done everything to sabotage me. Tony isn't a nice person. Tony doesn't really like me. He pretends to be nice, but behind the scenes, he's a nasty toe rack. He's never retracted what he said about me. You're a very hands-on father. Good man, Matt. Well, look, you know, the thing is, having kids is a great motivator. Someone's got to do it. Someone needs to kind of like get them up and get them to school and get them washed and get their clothes cleaned and, you know, get them educated, get their homework done, get them fed, get them watered. And like I said, being a father being a parent is the greatest motivator out there. Depends, Lenny. A good father and mother are a team and share the load. Yes, there you go. Is Tony gaslighting you, Matt? Well, you have to ask Tony that, isn't you? Not every dad is there and a good influence. I know. I know. And that's what upset me about Tony. Kind of like calling into question my ability as a father, when number one, he's never met my kids. Number two, he's never met me. And number three, I'd rather not say in public, you know, because we're trying to be politically correct here. But no, and you know, and I will always hold that against you, Tony. And it's a reason why you and I should never meet. Because another thing that hurt me is how you said I deserve a slap. So, you know, Matt, I've been peaceful, not stirring the pot. It's been years. I do have a life as well. Well, I have a life, and you came along and fucking decided to criticize it. I had a life, and you decided to come in and call that into question. Okay? And a lot of people are saying this at the moment, but not mentioning that they're still doing stuff behind the scenes. No, Tony, you know, you're not my mate. You never have been my mate. And no doubt you never will be my mate. And I will never trust you. And I think it is a good idea that you and I never meet. Just saying. Now that's an interesting thing. You know, there's no point dragging things up. The problem I have with that is that it hasn't been dealt with. It hasn't been dealt with. You said some horrible stuff, and that hasn't been dealt with. You may have moved on, but I haven't. So it's all very well saying no point dragging things up, but you still feel that way towards me. Nothing's been resolved. And I don't particularly want someone who thinks so little of me in my presence. Okay? You're the one who thinks so little of me, who decided to come into my space and pretend you're Tony best buddy. Yeah, he's a Christian. He's peaceful. You know, Tony's good. Like God. He does no wrong. Tony. What the point I've got is not dragging things up. You're not taking responsibility for your online conduct. And then when people want to make a deal about it, you go, oh, stop bringing stuff up. Stop, that was in the past. You know, let it go. No, Tony, because we're not addressing your online conduct and the way you make people feel about the comments you make about people.
Take it all with a pinch of salt, a dash of paprika too. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, bringing good vibes through. Don't be shy, jump in and say hi on this wild TV ride. Take it easy, take it bright, let's enjoy the night.
Tony, I'm as human as everybody else. Everyone would not be cool if their buttons are pressed. And the very fact when you came into my chat, my button was pressed.
MattTaylorTV. The lights go dim, but the memories, oh, they shine endlessly.
It's fun to talk about, you know, I think my influences growing up were Benny Hill, Monty Python, and the young ones. Yeah, and so no wonder my sense of humour is a bit skewed. Lenny says, some people are at an impasse and simply don't get on because respect and trust is a very delicate thing. And some people are at an impasse and simply don't get on because some people call other people nonces and call them a bad father and say their kids deserve somebody else. Fuck it out. My button was pressed when you came into the chat. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, well, I'm glad you find it funny. I'm glad you find it funny. Something I need to do on Monday, but I'm looking at my calendar and it says trail. So that must be I must be going on the trail with Shelby. Quality. Yes. We love a bit of Benny Hill. Lenny, some people don't like being called pedos. I know, isn't that true? Some people, you know, I feel as if their buttons are pressed. Wonder why, eh? Wonder why. Crikey. Yeah, listen, everyone, have a good weekend. You know, thanks for joining me for this hour. And I'll see you soon, basically. Let's all try and be nice to each other. Okay. Tony, to be fair, I'm quite happy that if you don't come back into my chat. Okay. Of course he hasn't. He's never retracted fuck all, Lenny. Right? He's never retracted fuck all. I'm quite happy if you never turn up ever again, because you're not my friend. You haven't been my friend, and you never will be my friend. So I'm quite happy for you to unsubscribe. You know, I don't think much of you. You don't think much of me. And yeah, just your presence presses my button. Okay, you know. So maybe, you know, something to take on board. Unsubscribe. Don't interact. Yes, thank you. I will have a good weekend. You have a good weekend too. Matt, I'd like to bring the dragster out for a drive. Yeah, that'd be good. Do a little video, Lenny. I tell you, Lenny, you've got a damn good YouTube channel. You have, you know, 129 subscribers, 56 videos. You know, you've done this stuff. You've had that channel since 2020, mate. I think, and you've gone live. Yes, and you've gone live. And you can't say that about many people now, can you? Okay. So, you know, as I always say, YouTube needs more people going live. And I definitely think YouTube is a better place with you going live. I'm not getting into this argument, Convid. Yes, Convid, stop bringing everybody into their argument. Lenny's been dragging on for years. I have addressed it. Johnny loves to gaslight. He gets off on it. Very strange. Justin thinks he's bothering me, the bitter nitwit. Matt is a charmer. Tony, can you apologise to Matt and move on? That would help. That would help. But he never has, and I don't expect him to. But, of course, it would help if he did apologise. But then again, I feel it'll be a fake apology. It'll now be a forced apology now, Justin, because you've said that. You should be concerned about next week, to be fair. Wonder if your great friend will be supporting you. Has no job or commitments. I'm no real... Why are you telling me what I should not be concerned about? I've got no concerns about next week. The only thing I've got Monday to do is to walk the dog. So I don't know why you should be concerned about your own life, not mine. And that sums you up, Tony. Interfering with other people's lives. Let me assure you, Monday the 19th, I'm out walking the dog. I've got it on my calendar. Trail. It says trail. And that means I'm taking Shelby on a trail walk. Yeah, Tony, honestly, you should keep your fucking nose out of other people's business. Okay?
Get on to Matt Taylor, hard to keep up with. He's got channels by the trailer, hundreds of them popping up like mushrooms in the rain. I can't even track them, drives me halfway insane. My whole family was doubled over laughing at his vids. Those little enemies, I swear he quotes the things I said. Did you say that? They ask me, laugh until they choke, and I shout, he's making a bloody mountain out of a molehill joke. All because I said I don't think he's got a girlfriend, no female living with him, no hint of a woman friend. He claims it's been 8 years, well, give or take a few. Does he know the date they met? Bet he doesn't have a clue. And if she's real, then why don't they ever share a place? Is it so he can carry on business with a straight face? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, you know the tune. Does she have another man on the side? Maybe we'll find out soon. Viewers scratching heads, wondering what's behind the door. No photo ever shown, so we're guessing even more. Good looking goes with good looking, and there you have it. Is Matt in the good looking category? No. How could any woman be interested in him? What does he have going for him? Nobody knows. Good looking goes with good looking, that's how the averages go. So what does Matt have going for him? Oh, what does he have going for him? Nobody knows. So we assume she's not attractive, nothing's ever shown, and he's not God's gift to women, though there's room to grow. So what's a sensible person meant to think about the scene? The law of averages is simple, the logic's pretty clean. Good looking goes with good looking, that's how the pairing's made. But Matt's not in that bracket, so the question's on display. If she exists, what's the deal? What's the story? What's the twist? Cause something doesn't add up in that romance, he insists. Good looking goes with good looking, and there you have it. Is Matt in the good looking category? No. How could any woman be interested in him? What does he have going for him? Nobody knows. Good looking goes with good looking, that's how the averages go. So what does Matt have going for him? Oh, what does he have going for him? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Good looking goes with good looking, and there you have it. Is Matt in the good looking category? No. How could any woman be interested in him? What does he have going for him? Nobody knows.
it's quite funny, Tony, because you think you know everything, but you don't. I shan't be going to Kent. I'll be up in Hollandbury walking my sister's dog. Honestly, you should be more concerned about yourself than about me, you silly Billy.
Nobody knows. Good looking goes with good looking. That's how the averages go. So what does Matt have going for him? Oh, what does he have going for him? Nobody knows. Hundreds of channels, a mystery love. Family laughing at the nonsense he comes up with. But at the end of the day, the biggest question stands. What on earth could he offer any woman? 'Cause none of us can understand.
We're only 15 minutes to 12 o'clock, and we've got 8 people watching. I feel terrible shutting it down now, so we'll carry on. No, honestly, Tony, you think that's what I find funny about you. You think you know shit, but you don't. I don't think all is well with you, Tony. I don't think all is well with you. I think you sadly lead a very troubled life. And I think a lot of it stems from your childhood. I mean, it scares me when you recounted that story of when your mother confronted the woman who was having an affair with your father, and how you jumped out of the car and kicked the woman who was having the affair with your father, and the woman was on the ground after you'd witnessed your mother attack the woman. I mean, things like that. You know, what I say about bad childhoods end up into bad adults. Things like that are really concerning. But of course, I'll never bring that up. That's your business, okay? And no one can talk me, talk me around my opinion. Things like that affect you, and of course, you'd have issues as an adult if you witnessed your parents conducting themselves in such a way. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not my place to bring it up, but I think you've seriously got issues, basically. Oh, has he been? A lot of people have been talking about my court case. But I tell you, I'm walking the dog Monday. Trust me. I'll be going live Monday morning. I know there's something, but all I've got on my calendar is trail. And that must refer to taking a dog for a walk. So we've got 15 minutes. I'll go for another 10 minutes until 12 o'clock. But yeah, it's watch this space. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. What I'm planning to do is to get back to something more regular. Yeah, I don't think you are. But that's fine. And it's good to keep telling yourself you're fine. I'm all about positive affirmation, so I'm not going to criticize you for it. You carry on telling you're fine, and just keep at it. Keep at it, and maybe one day you will be fine. But from what I've heard from you and watching your online conduct, you're far from fine. You're there's a lot of issues that raises concerns about you. The very fact that I feel compelled to give you a slap if ever I see you in public, you know, is an indication of how you conduct yourself online and how you make people feel about you. You're embarrassing yourself, Tony. Leave Matt alone. Get on with your own life. Carry on online. It makes you feel better. I know. I mean, but obviously Justin and Tony have got issues, haven't they? Yeah. And we all know what issue that is. But I'm not laughing at you. But absolutely, I mean, what I've heard from your childhood, that's not nice. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone, Tony. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm giving you leeway. That's the only reason I'm being polite to you, and that you aren't being, you know, blocked. Because there are certain people who I just wouldn't tolerate. Okay, there are certain people I wouldn't tolerate. But you're just not in that category yet, Tony. And likewise, you know, if ever you went live, Tony, it would be unlikely that I would comment in your chat. It'd be unlikely that I'd even watch it, to be fair. But of course, for everyone who is watching it, thank you ever so much for sharing your time with me. We'll take it up to the witching hour. Only 9 minutes to go. No doubt I'll have another little promotional video to play. Oh yeah, I have got some good news. I don't know if any of you have heard Freebeat AI. Freebeat AI. Well, they've got in contact with me and they've asked me to collaborate with them. And the same way I collaborated with musiccreator.ai, I've had another request. So I'm getting a free membership from freebeat.ai, and we're in the process of I said to them, look, I'm a bit busy until the end of the month, but as soon as the month's over, I can concentrate fully. So that's something I'm looking forward to bringing to Matt Taylor TV. I'll be using freebeat.ai a lot more and collaborating with them. So yeah, so that's another good reason to subscribe to Matt Taylor TV. Tony, you came here to mock Matt about his court case. It's got nothing to do with you. Stop obsessing about Matt's personal life. Wow. Come on now, boys. Come on now, boys. Well, there's a right ding-do going on, isn't there, eh? There's a right ding-do going on here. Right. Yeah, Tony, I didn't appreciate you you posting information, personal information about me. And the fact that you are implying that if found guilty, I'll be serving 14 years, it just shows what a complete and utter Billy bullshitter you are. But hey ho, we all know you're a Billy bullshitter, and no surprises there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, again, thank you ever so much, everyone. You know, Tony, that is interesting what the point Justin is bringing up. You do poke your nose into other people's business. Okay? And that isn't a good trait. Justin is bitter because I'm the bigger and better man. Well, you think you're a genius, mate. You think you're a genius, which I find quite amusing. Woozies is going well at the Masters. He was 18-1 early doors. And in the semis now, yes, of course. The World Snooker's on, isn't it? I saw a good... I've told you about Hunters, haven't I? Hunters on Netflix. Very good. Yes. You're the one mentioning it. Oh, Raj. Raj, the Taj Mahal. Well, look, we've got 5 more minutes, everyone. I'll get another commercial video to play out the night with. It's the witching hour. Thanks ever so much, everyone, for joining me. Let's do it again soon. Like I said, I am, you know, I like YouTube, and the reason why I YouTube is because the goal for 2026 is to take Matt Taylor TV from YouTube onto mainstream media. Okay, so that's the goal. And the reason I do this is just to demonstrate that I can host a show, that I can hold an audience's attention, and that I can deliver entertaining content which brings value to the viewer. Oh, Holly Polly, no one's in court Monday. No one's in court Monday. Trust me. Big welcome to Holly Polly. Yeah, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thanks ever so much for coming in. I've, a foe rather than a friend. It's a shame that I call you that. From the UK, 4 subscribers, 3 videos. So, and I'm not actually subscribed to Holly Polly. But, yes, let me tell you, no one's in court Monday. Shame you finishing up tonight, Matt. But like the consummate professional, leave the audience wanting more. Thank you, Lenny. Exactly. I mean, ultimately, every TV show comes to the end. And that has been, I'm laughing because I've got a little joke lined up. That has been my life's motto. But the joke is, and this isn't really a joke, I always like to leave my lovers wanting more. But that's terrible, isn't it? How does that work? That's a bad thing. I love that. There's a joke there somewhere. Shame you finish it up late, but Matt, but like the consummate professional, leave the audience wanting more. Oh, I agree. That's how I leave my lovers. That's so bad though, but there's a bit of truth in there, I don't know. I don't mind my girlfriend faking it. Bloody hell. Oh God, shit. Your public date, look, nothing's happening Monday. Your court date was on public website after your, look, mate, if you think I'm going to a court date on Monday, you're an idiot, quite frankly. All I've got on my calendar is a trail. I'm going on a trail with my sister's dog. Have a lovely weekend, Matt. Thank you ever so much. And you, 3 minutes away. Let's play a promotional video. Just as my lovers, I always like to leave you wanting more. It's embarrassing, but true. Here we go. I love you all.
We're on the clock, feel the ground start to shake. Long road behind me, but the future's wide awake. Didn't beg for a seat, didn't wait for the call. Built it brick by brick, now the lights start to fall. From late night uploads to the big time screen. Independent voice, never part of the machine. Truth in the feed, fire in the frame. They said stay small, I went and changed the game. No rearview mirror, we're too far gone. If you hear this now, you're already on. This ain't love, this ain't hype, this is years of grind. Matt Taylor TV, right on time. In 2020 TCs, we're hitting it hard, breaking into prime time. Raising the bar, smashing it for all it's worth. No brakes or drive, this is Matt TV. No script from above, no strings on the mic. Just real conversations cutting through the noise and the spite. They watch from the sidelines, talk about maybe. I press record and the future gets crazy. Audience growing, momentum real, not chasing approval. This thing's got wheels, from underground truth to the prime time zone. Independent doesn't mean alone. The shift to begin. This is the moment, lean right in. No gatekeepers left, no ceiling inside. This ride only goes one way. up tonight. And 2020 TVs, we're hitting it hard, breaking into prime time, raising the bar, smashing it for all it's worth. No brakes, all drive. This is MattTaylor. Come alive, jump on board, feel the energy. This year's gonna be the best year yet. You'll see epic moves, big screen dreams. MattTaylorTV, welcome to the scene. No fear, no filter, no turning back. Built for the moment, ready to crack. If you're here early, you already know when it breaks big. You are part of the growth. This isn't hype, it's timing and truth. A voice that mature but never lost its youth. Prime time's calling, hear that tone. That's the sound of the door being blown wide open. Talk 2020 sees, say it loud, say it clear. MattTaylorTV, this is our year. From screen to screen, worldwide ride, truth on display with nowhere to hide. Jump on board, don't miss the climb. History's written in real time. Epic year, headline energy. MattTaylorTV, breaking into prime time. You don't watch this channel, you ride with it. MattTaylorTV, 2026. MattTaylorTV.
I am Conor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. I am immortal.